Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Locked On Sports. Obviously, my name is Artie Delgado, but let's recap the last 24 hours of sports because even breaking news as of now. But we're going to come back to that in a second, what I'm talking about. Remember to like and subscribe for your daily recap of sports. Other than that, the Astros complete the sweep of the Angels last night, winning 7-4, being 500 for the first time this season since April the 7th. Why did it take so long, Astros? What are we doing? But they are officially 500 heading into the Texas Rangers series at home this weekend. They're bottom of the lineup, or more the middle of the lineup, should I say, produced really well, producing six out of the seven runs. Hayden Wisniewski had his first start of 2026 finally. Coming back from Tommy John, threw 79 pitches in 5 2/3 of an inning. He could have gone six. Had only 4 strikeouts and gave up 3 runs, but that was all in that first inning. He looked rocky at first, but he locked in, finally calmed down. You wouldn't believe it, but the Marlins, who were just on a 12-game losing streak, just swept the Phillies, winning 8-6, coming all the way back, scoring 5 runs in the 7th and 8th inning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was bad. And the MLB trade deadline is officially 4 days away as the time of filming this. And speaking of trades, we have a big trade that finally happened last night. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Texas Rangers traded. Yes, the AL West trading with each other. This is a very confusing trade. The Angels give up Logan O'Hoppe, their catcher, and relief pitcher Chase Silseth. And all they got back was a 19-year-old prospect infielder, Angel Arredondo. Excuse me. But the Rangers also sending down Logan O'Hoppe to AAA, not even giving him a shot on the Rangers. Silseth will stay with the Rangers on the main squad. But this is a very confusing trade. Chase Silseth had a projected bigger return back, but instead they got a 19-year-old prospect that wasn't even ranked top 30 in the Rangers system. So this is very confusing. I don't understand this trade at all. It's the Angels after all. They refuse to sell the team. I'm just very confused on that whole trade ordeal. The Pirates released Dennis Santana after completing waivers, and he wasn't really great this year. The Padres DFA'd Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer. That looks like the end of his career pretty much. Byron Buxton will go on a 10-day IL after right hip impingement. Nothing more else to say. He always keeps getting hurt, and it's right before the trade deadline, so it looks like he'll be staying in Minnesota. Tariq Schoolball, with potentially his final start as a Tiger in his career, gets his 1,000th career strikeout. Honor to him, but the Tigers did end up losing that game, blowing a 7-0 lead. And speaking of the Tigers, at the time of recording this at 8:28 in the morning, and when this video goes live in 30 minutes, Max Clark, rookie prospect, is being called up for the Detroit Tigers, center fielder. Can't wait to see his debut. I think it's tonight, if I remember correctly, because they do play today. Just checking. No, they don't play, so he'll be playing on Friday. Also, with the Angels, they released Alek Manoah. We're not surprised about this. He was terrible, and he hasn't looked the same since 2022. Other than that, over to the NFL. Shamar Stewart left with an injury for the Bengals. It looked pretty gruesome. I'm just going to leave it at that. The Texans are interested in bringing home Clowney. I didn't expect to see that yesterday. They're interested in bringing home their former first-round pick from 2014. It would be a good veteran move just to have him there as a team, and hopefully he can just retire as a Texan and maybe get a ring. I don't know. Other than that, Tank Dell is back officially for the Texans. Not allowed to practice with the full team yet, only allowed to 7-on-7, but that's totally fine. I like to see that. Ricky Purcell of the 49ers is hurt again. I don't know what else to say. He's been hurt 3 times in the last 3 years. 49ers already have 10 or more injuries. I don't remember what the number was. I just know it's in the double digits already. That electrical substation is really biting them right now. Taysom Hill is leaving the Saints after 9 years. We did not expect to see that yesterday. He did not sign that contract. And speaking of contracts, Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson both had a conversation during his offseason these last 6 weeks, and both decided to choose to sit out yesterday. after not getting a contract that they've wanted this past offseason. But back to the MLB real quick. We're going to recap all the scores from last night. The Angels and Astros, obviously I said, ended 7-4 in the Astros' favor. Dang, it got really bright. Sorry about that. Marlins won 8-6 over the Phillies. Diamondbacks beat the Pirates 3-0. Blue Jays beat the Nationals 5-2. Orioles came all the way back, down 7-0, no win in 12 innings, 10-9. Mets beat the Braves 3-2, winning that series, by the way. Giants destroyed the Brewers, destroyed them 16-3. Padres beat the Rockies 3-1. Rays beat the Rangers 3-0, which is a big game. The Mets Braves in that second game, the Braves won 1-0. Wasn't enough to win the series though. Guardians beat the Reds 6-1. Royals beat the Twins 4-0. White Sox defeated the Yankees in 12 innings last night 6-5. Cardinals came back after PCA's pimp of a job of hitting the game-winning home run. They came back to score 3 in the 10th inning, winning that game 3-2. Red Sox beat the Athletics 4-2 in 10 innings. And the Dodgers beat the Mariners 4-2 as well. Over to the division standings. The Rangers currently lead, but only not for much longer. They're only a game ahead of the Astros. They play the Rays today, so there's a chance they could be half a game behind the Astros. Mariners are 2.5 behind as they lost, so they've dropped a game. The Athletics are 10 games behind, and the Angels are 13.5. Rays currently lead the AL East right now, 2.5 games above the Yankees, 7 games above the Red Sox, 11 above the Orioles, 14 above the Blue Jays. Over to the AL Central, the White Sox still lead the division. Guardians are a game and a half behind. Twins are 3 games behind. Tigers are 6 games behind. And the Royals are 11 behind. Over to the National League now. The National League East. The Braves currently lead the division by 6.5 games above the Phillies. The Marlins jump back up to third place at 8.5. But the Nationals fall down to fourth, also at 8.5. The Mets are 17.5 behind. The NL Central, the Brewers still lead the division. Cubs are 6 games behind. Pirates are 12.5 behind. Cardinals are 13 behind, and the Reds are 16.5. And by the way, just want to point out, every team pretty much lost yesterday, except for the Cardinals, which makes sense because they face the Cubs. Over to the NL West, the Dodgers still lead the division by an 11.5 game lead over the Diamondbacks, 13 above the Padres, 22 above the Giants, and 26.5 above the Rockies. Over to the wild card, the Yankees have a 6-game advantage in the wild card, game and a half above the Red Sox. Cleveland's in that final spot, but maybe not for much longer, because the Astros are only a game behind Cleveland right now. They're 4th place, right on the bubble of the playoffs now. Twins are a game and a half, Mariners 2.5, Orioles 2.5, Tigers 4.5, Blue Jays 5.5, Royals 9.5, Athletics 10 games, Angels 13.5. Cubs have a 4.5 game advantage in the wild card. As the Phillies keep losing, they drop. So they're that third final wild card spot as the Diamondbacks shoot up to that second wild card spot as they're both tied. The Padres are a game and a half behind them. Pirates are 2 games behind. Marlins are 2 games behind. Nationals 2 games behind. Cardinals 2.5 behind. Reds 6 games behind. Giants 10.5. Mets 11. Rockies 15. Other than that, that is your daily recap of sports. There's not a lot of games to recap tomorrow. There is still a decent amount. It's a lot of fun ones actually tonight that can make or break some seasons. Other than that, that is your daily recap here on Locked On Sports. Remember to like and subscribe, comment on these videos because I now have that open. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.